Families and friends, you know I'm Rastafari Soldier. Thank you for tuning in to Deep Roots TV. You're looking at Sabrina Fisher Reece. A traumatic story is going to be heard right now from her. Go ahead and hit that red subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. You know I'm Rastafari Soldier of Deep Roots TV. And if you want to hear the truth, ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking you, hit that red subscribe button. Let me go ahead and do my intro, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings, 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 and salutations to all nation. Yeah, you know I'm Rastafari Soldier, ladies and gentlemen of Deep Roots TV. Yeah, you're looking at a traumatized Sabrina. Sabrina is a tourist from the United States area and is telling you her story of, meeting Kevin O. Smith. So go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and we're going to get into it right now. It's an amazing exploration and expansion of the amount of people that knew about this cult pastor, Dr. Antonell Smith. Yaganti. So with no further ado, here you're going to be hearing the voice of,
in Montego
this
Bay,
lady
Jamaica.
right here. Her name
How did he
is,
introduce himself to you?
the one right here in the glasses
He
is,
showed up on the
is a
property,
reporter,
and
Janet
we had rented the property from someone else, so we
Sylvia,
didn't know who he was. He
and
just
this
showed up
is
like on the
Sabrina
second day, and he
Fisher
had a lot
Reece.
of people with him, and he had them introduce, come and get me, and say that someone wants to meet you. And I come out to the car, and he tells me that he's actually the owner of the property.
This is she's explaining the first time that she actually met, Kevin Smith, and he's telling her that he's the owner of the property.
And he came because somebody told him that people were on his property and he had no idea. And he was Kevin Antonell Smith, His Excellency, Crown Bishop, and a doctor, and a whole bunch of other titles.
Yeah.
And he just told us that he came because he didn't know we were there. Mm-hmm. And he didn't know what was going on, and
Right.
He had issues with the previous owner. He started to pull up paperwork and documents on his phone and personal text messaging between him and her, which I thought was a little bit weird and a little bit unprofessional, but I was like, okay. He even went on to tell me that he had talked to his lawyer, and his lawyer told him that he needed to throw all of us out of the property. And he started asking me individually who's there. I was like, oh, it's just me. And I actually started escorting people out. Like, this is my friend, Chris. This is my
Imagine
friend.
She has showed them all her family members. We have a family.
And these are her kids. So he saw everybody. I brought everybody out one by one. It was like, this is who's here. So,
and it's a beautiful family, me I tell you the truth. It's a beautiful family. Loving the unicorn shirt. Yeah, big up on yourself for what it's worth. Yeah.
He was like, oh, okay, well, I maybe since it's kids, I'm gonna do y'all a favor and I'm gonna let you stay here. But my lawyer said I should throw y'all out. And I did question that. I said,
the good Samaritan role.
We rented this property from Carlette Palmer in December. So we got there in 2020. So we rented in December 2019. So, you have to do it months in advance. And we showed up February 2020, 21st, 2020 from Carlette Palmer through the Airbnb app.
So she never meet this pastor at all. She have no idea that this man is a devil from the pit of hell. You are going to. So now we must show up and I come go on like say him a some angel from heaven, but him a bishop and him a doctor and him a the landowner. So of course you're going to give him a little respect. You are going to.
We never met Bishop. We didn't know who he was.
Never.
I communicated.
Nobody never knew about him.
Spoke to her because normally you do everything through the app, but me and Carlette vibed and so much. We actually spoke on the phone a couple of times. We WhatsApped. So we built a relationship with Carlette before we ever got there, but all we ever knew was her. We came home one day from an excursion. Miss Diane, who was the only person other than some young boy. There was one young boy there, and Miss Diane when we got there. And we bonded with her. We had a small baby. She got us a crib. She was very nice. The baby was very cried a lot. She would help with the baby, so we liked her. So all
she
we
was
know
like a
is
nanny.
her.
She
So
help out the
we pull
people.
up
Them give
on
big up
this
yourself, Miss
day when
Diane.
Bishop is on the property, Miss Carlette is being fired. She has her bags packed, and
you hear that, people? When them return to the property this time now, Carlette is being fired because it appears that the pastor step in and start him racketeering for extort the people them. Or we might try get get rid of the weaknesses that would have identified him if he had sacrificed these people here. You are guarantee. So the woman has said, boy, I give thanks, and she's so grateful for what it's worth.
When we pull up on this day when Bishop is on the property, Miss Carlette is being fired. She has her bags packed, and Bishop is telling us that she only told them about $80, which I don't understand the relationship in the first place, because I don't know that she even knew anything about this new owner of the property. But either way, or how he had the power to come in and fire the staff when, according to Miss Carlette, he didn't actually have possession of the property until February 27th. Miss Carlette produced a letter from her lawyer saying Bishop that sale was not final until February 27th, and we were due to be gone on February 26th.
Oh, no, hear that, my family? The man around some scamming things in. Him supposed to get the property February 27th. These people are going to be there until February 26th. So I vex him, probably vexed the last owner, which is Miss Carlette, who is in charge. I make a last money, booked it up to the last day before him take over the property. So him now want some money out of that money, yeah? You guarantee. So Miss Diane no have nothing to do. All she was doing is cleaning up the place and helping whatever the guest is and eating her food and being nice. Now Carletta one were in charge of the real estate. Who owns it at this point? We don't know. But that bishop here sound powerful. If you have Airbnb and church, multiple homes, riding with police officer escort, and also being kissed on the cheek by ex-prime minister of the country and hanging out with other artists. You guarantee. Me do a thing for the artist them when him talk about him mention, but him take Rasta for fall. You guarantee, but we're gonna continue listen what traumatic experience Sabrina Fisher Reece had there on her visit as a tourist in a Jamaica in a Mobile.
But either way, he came in, he fired her, he changed all the locks on the property, and he was telling us, oh, she's horrible, she stole the money, and that's what happened. So she left that day, and he replaced it with all of these young boys, no older than 25. All minions. Young boys. One stayed in the garage, one stayed in the other. The other one was in the kitchen. He called him one of them a house manager. It was crazy, but that's what happened.
Evil man,
we stayed February 21st, 22nd, 23rd. On the February 24th, because on the 22nd and 23rd they had cut off the water, and they had cut off the hot water, and they cut off the air. Wow. I decided that we were not. I had spoke to them after they cut these things off and told them that I wasn't being treated fairly. I still come home the next day, and the air conditioner or the hot water, one of the other, was cut off. So that day I complained to the previous owner, the person, Miss Carlette, and she said, you know what, I'm gonna move you guys. So when you get home today, pack your stuff.
All right, and I hear that, people. You hear that?
That we were not. I had spoke to them after they cut these things off and told them that I wasn't being treated fairly. I still come home the next day, and the air conditioner or the hot water, one of the other, was cut off. So that day I complained to the previous owner, the person, Miss Carlette, and she said, you know what, I'm gonna move you guys. So when you get home today, pack your stuff. I got another house for you. It's not as great, it's not as grand, but this is wrong. This man is evil. It's not right. So when we got home on the 24th, we went straight in and packed, and I run down the driveway, and to Junior and another friend of Miss Carlette's, who were waiting for us on the outside of the gate with a car and a van to take us to the new property. And I noticed the gate is chained, and I'm like, oh my God.
Rotted people, you don't see what I go on. Oh no, don't see what I go on. I kidnap the man, I try to kidnap the people them in the place. So him can have them where. It could be a bloody disgrace if Miss Scarlett never get involved, you know. Listen how this brave heroine woman escaped with her family them.
What's going on? The gate is chained. I don't know if Junior was standing there, so I don't know if he saw them chain it or whatever, but either way, I'm communicating with Junior. And I notice as I do that there is a small part of the fence that is low enough that we could possibly get over. So as soon as I notice that, I turn and I start running back up the driveway and screaming to my family and friends, let's go.
Brave black woman, me love you for that. If you never have sense, all the family might have been annihilated, wiped out, sacrificed even, unbelievable.
That we could possibly get over. So as soon as I notice that, I turn and I start running back up the driveway and screaming to my family and friends, let's go. We getting out of here. So we start rolling the suitcases down the driveway, and with the children, because there was small children.
Yeah, you have to keep rolling.
My youngest daughter at the time was 7. My oldest daughter was 25. She was pregnant, and she had an 8-month-old baby. So we were putting an 8-month-old baby, a pregnant girl, a 7-year-old, 2 11-year-olds over this fence with these suitcases in this paddock. So we get over, and then I'm just.
Me always I wonder doing a family why when me see all these people traveling, them always traveling just a bunch of girls. Talking about, oh, we're gonna girls this. You know, when you go to different countries by yourself as females, people look at you and target you, especially males. People. I'm telling you, these people are real evil. It's unfortunate.
So we get over, and then I'm very upset now.
Of course you'll be upset.
Little boys, because everybody's starting to kind of come down the driveway. The house boys and Sean, they're kind of like standing around, and I'm screaming to them like, you guys are wrong. You guys are evil. Why are you following this man's order? Why would you chain us? Why would you do that? So anyway, so here
listen
we are.
Up, people. Listen to this.
When we finally get everybody over the gate, loaded up into the vans, I go straight to the Coral Gardens police.
What she said she do? Once she get everyone loaded up in the van, what did the lady said she did?
Come down the driveway. The house boys and Sean, they're kind of like standing around, and I'm screaming to them like, you guys are wrong. You guys are evil. Why are you following this man's order? Why would you chain us? Why would you do that? So anyway, so here we are on the 24th when we finally get everybody over the gate.
Imagine the art. Imagine.
I go straight to the Coral Gardens police station, which I believe kind of sits at the bottom of Montego Bay Hill or something.
See them are going to police station, the people. Them Coral Gardens can't say them never come to police station. The lady have a receipt for sure.
Telling them what happened, and he gets on the phone and he calls Bishop, and he's talking to him as you see on the
sit. And the lady locks that to the left. The police, they're on the phone and inform on the victim. I tell the bishop, say, yo, Bishop, one of the flocks them down here complain upon you and say you try to drink out the blood, You see, I tell you people, the whole system there is evil. How you gonna call the accused? Huh? How you gonna call the accused? You tell him that your accuser is at the police station. When someone go to the police station and go report something, it should be documented and it should be investigated. You don't have to go over there right away, but it should be documented and later investigated, and you should be told. You can't lock gate with people in it, cause that's called kidnapping, and we'll be documenting this for future.
Asking, well, what do you want to do? You want to come here? You want to come there? And Bishop is on the phone lying and saying that.
Of course, Bishop on the line.
Pull up our information. That's ridiculous. Well, you have to pay in advance to get to Airbnb. To even enter the property, you have to have paid up in full.
So
anyway, we get in the car, we go back, we send the children off to the new property that Miss Carlette provided for us, and we go back with the police. And they're at the gate, as you see in the video, and they're Bishop is saying, oh, they're not allowed on my property, and they this, and you know.
Of course, him not going to allow you upon the property. The woman have receipt, pan top of receipts, pan top of receipts. People, you see it? Receipt, pan top of receipt the woman have. This is a scandal for the police department of Jamaica, people. You are going to, but nobody now going to say nothing. You are going to, because that's what we do. Not say nothing. Everybody know the road code. This is a shocking situation.
And I want to talk to you. The police is saying, I'll let you in, the police officers, but they can't come in. They don't, you know. So my friend is saying, well, that's ridiculous. He wants to talk to them in private. Why does he?
Yeah, what kind of idiot thing that? Them your foreign people, you know, see, I know some police work. Go on. I want to know some joke thing, these people.
Want to speak to them in private, you know. So eventually they convinced him to let us all walk right to the driveway inside the gate. There's a little gate he opens and we're all standing there. And Bishop is just talking nonsense. He's just talking about the dispute between him and Miss Carlette and the property, and how, you know, how they wanted to inspect the property before we left. Like, you know, when you check out of a
home. But the thing is this, I'm not even for him property at this point as yet. Yaganti, that's what you're telling me. So how we want to inspect property, people?
Hotel. And okay, this is the thing. When you check out of a hotel, that's why they get your credit card for incidentals. So if you drink from the mini bar, you steal a pillow, then they just send you a bill. Yeah. They don't chain you in the property until you can't leave. That's ridiculous, you know. So he was just saying all that kind of stuff. So the police just turned to me. I guess, you know, they just got tired of listening, and they turned to me like, you know what? There's nothing we can do. You need to contact the previous owner, because he talked more about the dispute. It kind of made the police believe that that's what it was about. And I kept saying, what are you talking about? That's ridiculous. I don't care what dispute they have. You don't chain us in the property. You don't turn the water off on them. Because even if there is a dispute, even if Miss Carlette was wrong, that doesn't turn you into the type of person.
You don't take it out on the client. You don't take it out on the client, people.
In the property until you can't leave. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know? So he was just saying all that kind of stuff. So the police just turned to me. I guess, you know, they just got tired of listening, and they turned to me and was like, you know what? There's nothing we can do.
You
need to contact the previous owner, because he talked more about the dispute. It kind of made the police believe that that's what it was about. And I kept saying, what are you talking about? That's ridiculous. I don't care what dispute they have. You don't chain us in the property. You don't turn the water off.
That's called kidnapping. And that policeman that we have him on camera, he should be brought up for questioning to find out if as a police work do. And if as a police work do, people, listen, him need to be removed. Yaganti, him need to be removed, because here you have a young woman, actually a foreigner, a tourist, with multiple people in the apartment, in the building, multiple children, multiple women, children young as 7 years old and 8-month-old, and as you see this, always thinking that you're having a girl time in the paradise island, and here you have a called pastor plotting in his dirty
even
head.
If there is a dispute, even if Miss Carlette was wrong, that doesn't turn you into the type of person that will falsely imprison some women and children and tell them they can't leave.
It's not supposed to happen.
Two different types of people. That you go to court with her and fight her for the Airbnb money.
Thank you.
If you feel you rightfully own it. What does that have to do with you making a decision to tell them to chain us in the property?
What?
And the question that I've always had is, what were you going to do?
Say that again.
With us? What are you talking about? That's ridiculous. I don't care what dispute they have. You don't chain us in the property.
Listen.
You don't turn the water off on them. Because even if there is a dispute, even if Miss Carlette was wrong, that doesn't turn you into the type of person that will falsely imprison some women and children and tell them they can't leave. What is those two different types of people? That you go to court with her and fight her for the Airbnb money.
Exactly, McQueen.
If you feel you rightfully own it, what does that have to do with you making a decision to tell them to chain us in the property? And the question that I've always had is,
listen the question what she always have, because it's an excellent question, people. Listen what the lady asks. Okay, you're listening to Sabrina, right? And she's just traumatized. Mrs. Reece is a coach, right? A mental coach. And this is a person that try to give positive outlets to people to change their mental state, to change their paradigm. You know, she's a mental
What
coach.
were you going to do with us?
You feel now,
You hear?
knowing what you now know.
Unbelievably grateful.
All right, you hear what she asks now, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to make you know again, you know, this is not Bob Grange interviewing her, you know.
What were you going to do?
This is Janet Silver. All right,
with us.
You feel now, knowing what you now know.
Unbelievably grateful.
You hear what Janet asks her? How do you feel now that you understand what transpired, now that you know that you was in the hand of a mastermind cult pastor? How do you feel? She says she feel absolutely grateful.
What were you going to do with us?
You feel now, knowing what you now know.
Unbelievably grateful. Unbelievably grateful. Let me tell you something. It's a reason this all came back full circle. You understand? Because I never would have known what danger we were actually in, or whose presence we were actually in. Somebody who's capable of the things that he has now done. You know what I'm saying? We never would have thought that. Honestly, the worst case scenario we really thought is that they were going to try to force more money out of us. That's, you know, we really thought is that they were going to try to force more money out of us. That's, you know, we had no idea this man is capable of this. This unbelievable. So I am so grateful, to be honest, knowing that I followed my instinct, because I could have easily just.
You hear that, my family? Uno hear that, my family? Uno need to make sure uno go with uno God self. Make sure say uno go with that gut feeling. Make sure uno go with that first intuition. Because me not in a, if me didn't know, me not in a that, because Jah been telling you so.
Man, like, it's too much hassle. We'll just stay here.
Yeah, she did that.
Not followed my intuition and not got everybody over that gate. But I'm so glad I did. I am so glad I did. Now that I'm finding this out, I realize that we were in more danger than we even realized that we were in.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the part that makes me emotional, because it's like, Lord have mercy. God, if I didn't know that you were real and that you really protect me and my family, you know, from what could have happened to us, I know now, you know.
Sure, no, family and friend. It's real heartbreaking, man. Real heartbreaking. When you can look hindsight and see how lucky you are. How lucky you and your family are right now. Because it's heartbreaking, family. It's heartbreaking what actually transpired. That Kevin O. Smith actually had a cult church down there in Albion, Montego Bay, in Jamaica, and actually tell man if cut him, member of him congregation neck, and the man actually get up and do it. And you're listening to right now, this is Sabrina Fisher Reece, a tourist that visited Jamaica and was actually chained into the property of Kevin O. Smith, the cult pastor down there. She says it was a traumatic situation. And we're going to finish it up. She was asked about returning to Jamaica, and I want you to hear her emphatic answer.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the part that makes me emotional, because it's like, Lord have mercy. God, if I didn't know that you were real and that you really protect me and my family, you know, from what could have happened to us, I know now. You know,
you better know, my girl.
So I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. And at first, when I came home, I contacted a few newspapers and I tried to call a couple of lawyers, because I was going to go back and prosecute. But I got so much negativity and so many death threats from Jamaicans. Understand? Now, make no mistake, I say this all the time. There were so many Jamaicans that were kind and loving and wonderful people we met. But after I got home, I got threats.
Yeah,
grateful. I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. And at first, when I came home, I contacted a few newspapers and I tried to call a couple of lawyers, because I was going to go back and prosecute.
You hear what she said? When she got home to the United States, she contacted newspaper and lawyers, and she was going back to prosecute him, was going to charge. So this would be exposed in a legal platform, legal theater. And guess what happened? The Jamaican people make sure she ain't never think about that, because what the people them did. Listen what the people them did.
But I got so much negativity and so many death threats from Jamaicans. Understand? Now, make no mistake, I say this all the time. There were so many Jamaicans that were kind and loving and wonderful people we met. But after I got home, I got threats and death threats, and said if I stepped foot back into Jamaica that they were going to kill me. You understand? So I decided to let it go. It wasn't worth it. Me and my family were back in America, and that's why I never proceeded from there, but I did.
That's unbelievable, Jamaican people. That's unbelievable. Actually deter this woman from seeking justice of being treated like a slave by a cult master in the beautiful island that I man live. In the island that I man live. That's why me tell you, say, I wanna mash up my country. You need a mental and a moral change up. You need a wipe out and a clean up.
But I got so much negativity and so many death threats from Jamaicans. Understand? Now, make no mistake, I say this all the time. There were so many Jamaicans that were kind and loving and wonderful people.
This is a decent
But after I got home, I got threats and death threats, and said if I stepped foot back into Jamaica that they were going to kill me. You understand? So I decided to let it go. It wasn't worth it. Me and my family were back in America, and that's why I never proceeded from there, but I did reach out to the embassy and they never responded. I did. Everybody.
The embassy never responded. The Jamaican High Commission?
Yes, I wrote letters. I wrote letters to them, and nobody.
All the embassy know people. All the embassy know. All the Jamaica. She's talking about February, February of 2020. February. Because she said she booked the Airbnb in 2019. Of February of 2020 and I make October of 2021 can happen. My neck cut. The Jamaican embassy was informed. Ladies and gentlemen.
You understand? So I decided to let it go. It wasn't worth it. Me and my family were back in America, and that's why I never proceeded from there. But I did reach out to the embassy, and they never responded. I did. Every Jamaican.
Because the embassy never responded. The Jamaican High Commission?
Yes, I wrote letters. I wrote letters to them, and nobody cared about what happened to us. So I let it go. And the fact that so many Jamaicans was like, you lying, what were you doing there? Just a whole bunch of negativity,
family, them know the truth, but them hide the truth. Them just pretend they don't want. Them keep on having this thing here that Jamaicans are so nice and loving and rare. You are guarantee them are murderers and killers and scammers and thieves. Yes, we are a bunch of pirate picnic, savages and slave picnic. People, I've never seen a bunch of evil organization like this cultish culture that we have here in Jamaica. Listen, that's what they do. Them gang up the good and make sure that you have more suffering and crime and crying and blood drinking people. Lucky this young lady in Sabrina lucky.
And the fact that so many Jamaicans was like, you lying, what were you doing there? Just a whole bunch of negativity. And
we feed
now,
off of the blood of others.
This has come back,
we live off of
circle. Like I have to keep saying, there's a lot of kind Jamaicans who have reached out to me. It's a lot of kind people, because I had made the statement that I would never go back. I would never return, because it felt like the police didn't care.
They don't care, Empress. Them don't care. Them don't care. I know how you feel. Heart my heart, man. If you see the black woman I cry. Y'all guarantee living and foreign under the tyrannical slave master rules where she have to work every day. Work out herself. Them do all kind of thing to her. Y'all guarantee slave her out, whore her out, do all kind of thing. And now she want to go to Jamaica, go take a little rest with her picnic them and show all the woman them how you can be free. And here you go, a black cult master pastor by the name of Kevin O. Smith, about him a bishop. I come do this to this woman. Y'all guarantee I come do this to this woman. And nothing to change over the house and have an issue and not do that to the foreigner them. And them are bringing in the money. Listen to the lady. How she's distraught. More than a year now. Unbelievable.
I have to keep saying there's a lot of kind Jamaicans who have reached out to me. It's a lot of kind people because I had made the statement that I would never go back. I would never return because it felt like the police didn't care. It felt like they didn't give a darn about what happened to us. You know what I'm saying? How do you not write it down? How do you not investigate? How do you not care that this man gave the order to chain us in the property? You know, how do you not care about that? So I did not feel that they had our back or care about anything at all. And I did not feel safe in returning to try to prosecute him, which is why I let it go.
Do you think you'll still never come back to Jamaica? Do you think?
I don't think I can. You know, I had a great time. We went to the Dance River Falls. We went everywhere, but I can't because it was as many Jamaicans that were kind. It was just as many. If you read through the comments on some of my videos, it was just as many that were mean, that were evil, that were telling me it was my fault, that were, you know, just, it was ridiculous. And no, I don't think I can.
Yeah, what she asked that they should have returned to Jamaica.
Do you think
now?
you'll still never come back to Jamaica? Do you think?
I don't think I can.
Me wanna go back, me wanna come back at this house like that, people.
We went to the Dance River Falls. We went everywhere, but
she have the audacity.
Because it was.
If me report, no. If me report the police, and this happened to me and my friends and my families and my woman and my feels of around and then a year after, man neck cut off, woman neck cut off, and it's a big global thing, and uno never believe me. Like uno did want my neck to cut off so they can laugh off of me too. Listen. The only thing people here at Jamaica more than Rastaman and tourists. Listen, foreigner, you are gonna tell people, me I tell you the truth, uno don't ramp with them. Now ramp with these wicked cultish mind people. They may murder you in a second, drink your blood, and nobody not say nothing. And then if you escape them, do with this reporter you do to this lady, I bleed out her emotion in her eye them, cause she wish her blood did get drink. And I go on like them care. You hear what them do to her, lock her in a place, and then I send her death threat and I go on like say she a lie. And then a year later, it's been exposed that the same man will lock her down is a cult master in high and low places. You are going to and all after him, dead people still protect him. Listen what the lady said.
It was just as many. If you read through the comments on some of my videos, it was just as many that were mean, that were evil, that were telling me it was my fault, that were, you know,
big woman.
It was ridiculous. And no, anybody time somebody tell you if you return here, we'll kill you. No, I'd be a fool to ever go back.
Damn right. You be a damn fool to ever return, family. You be a fool to ever return. Enough people not gonna like this vlog to hear that. But me wanna come back at this blood clot. You are gonna tell me wanna come back at this. A pure blood drinking and cult worshipping them I deal with. All of them guard up. So if you don't know about the garden, me, my granny, me, my auntie, me, my mother, who? And next, listen, a tree grave there next to me. And when you go right down the road, a pair of my ancestor what do you? A pair up is around me. So listen, when you not talk about guard up, and talk about uno things say uno up your bad minds. Listen to me, people. Me not in a the voodoo thing, but when you amongst the cult, you have to make sure you guard. And my mother a prayer warrior, my granny a prayer warrior, me auntie them a prayer warrior, and me make sure me living at the burying ground. Don't with me, cause you see them people here. Me gonna tell you one secret. They're not afraid of nothing. How you see them a talk about God and this and that, and then voodoo them a conjure up. Don't ramp with these people. Ladies and gentlemen, you hear the story from Sabrina Fisher Reece. Unbelievable. She's actually a mental court. Someone that's supposed to be up and keeping people in the right state of mind. And she went to Jamaica to her chagrin. She was almost a victim of this cold pastor. Pastor Kevin O. Smith, she said she reported it, ladies and gentlemen, to the Coral Gardens police station. She even have a receipt. She recorded her way there and they returned to the property. And it seemed like Kevin O. Smith buy out the argument, buy out the case right away in front of our face. Unbelievable, she is distraught. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rastafari, soldier of Deep Roots TV. I'm asking you to hit that red subscribe button. Yeah, leave your comment on this. The Jamaican people, them too cold dish. You are gonna tea. The bloodletting continue. Them keep on drinking the blood of the sufferers in a beautiful island. On of it, top it. The Jamaican embassy was warned. The Coral Gardens embassy was police station was told, and still yet a year later, allow this massacre at the church to unfold. It's unbelievable. Me can't believe how my government them so evil. And it's washing down on the people. Me telling you say bad mind is breeding. They're having twins and triplets. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so vexed. Leave your comment and let me know, where do the church go next? I'm Rastafari, soldier of Deep Roots TV. Go ahead, hit that red subscribe button, leave your comment. Share the content. Help me build up this channel and be on the Rastaman panel. Burn up fire upon the evil and they call them. Yeah, we are burn them out. We are burn them out. We are burn them out long time. Consume.